What's up, you beautiful collectors? This is Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Hot Toys MMS 395 of the Tuxedo version of the Joker from the Suicide Squad. For the package, absolutely gorgeous artwork here in the front. Very retro looking, and I dig it. All the different letterings and everything also have a gold foil to it, which I think looks really very sharp. The top here, you got a nice J. On the back of the package, or well, even on the side, you got that same cool retro sort of imaging. And then on the back, you got the various warnings and contact information for Hot Toys. Then when you lift it up, and one thing that I'll mention is that the actual outer package here feels like it's more of a thicker paper. Normally we get like heavy duty cardboard. This feels more like it's almost like construction paper, and it's very thin feeling. So people that really like very rigid boxes probably are not going to like this really all that much, because it does have a more fragile feel to it. Then on the inner package, again, that really cool kind of patterning goes on, and then you look at the front and you got the cast and crew responsible for making them, as well as some more of those kind of cool textural looking images. And then the top and the bottom section actually are like an envelope, and then they fold up, and on the inside you have the clamshell that fully showcases the figure as well as all of his accessories. So overall, packaging wise, it is really very artistic and eye-grabbing. However, I do wish that the outer sleeve was a little bit more durable. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have the Tuxedo version of the Joker from the Suicide Squad opened up and out of his packaging. Now starting off first with his accessories, he actually really doesn't come with a lot, but the ones that he comes with are really very nicely painted. Now normally I would say in addition to the two relaxed hands, but his hands that are currently on him are actually a little bit different. You got one that's kind of relaxed, but you can see that it's kind of in this gesturing pose, and then you got another one here that's kind of in a angled sort of C grab. But these work perfectly when it comes to like displaying him with holding his cane. So you do get those two. You also get a right one that is in this clinching kind of pose, which works nicely for the grenade that I'll show you. You also get one that is in a right hand. You can see that the index finger is in the trigger kind of holding pose, and then you get a left one that also has a slightly trigger finger kind of pose. Very simple, but really very clean and nice. That's one aspect that I really do dig on it. You can see some nice sculpted in detail, but it's got this nice high gloss to it, which gives it a very, very clean look, which is almost strange when it comes to the Joker, to be totally honest. You're not used to him being as clean looking as this. So you do get a total of 5 hands. You also do get a pair of extra wrist pegs in case something happens. You also do get several extra little buttons. Throughout the entire body, he's got a lot of buttons that are actually on his suit. So in case anything kind of pops off or anything like that, you got extra ones that you can replace him with, which is a nice added touch. Now, as I was talking about, he does come with this grenade, which the detail on here is actually really very nice. Coming in as much as I can. You can see that, like, underneath there's actually, like, some copper underneath that is part of the kind of, like, internal mechanism for it. You got some nice red paint right there. You come around to the side, you got a little metal hook sort of thing. But overall, very militaristic looking. It's got, like, this greenish color. And like I said, it works perfectly with this hand that you can hold very nicely. You also do get this gorgeous handgun. You can see very beautiful metallic purple paint throughout the entire thing. Some nice gold detail throughout it. You got a Joker logo right there on the handle. You can see that the handle itself is kind of textured as well. It can, if you wanted to, slide back and forth, so you can do that. You can also remove the clip section. It's a little bit tricky for me because it's I don't have fingernails, but you can see that that's actually gold. You got a nice paint that is a little bit different than the gold that's on the rest of it, but you can see the bullet right there. It's a slight shade darker than the rest of it, but absolutely gorgeous gun. Both sides have that amazing amount of detail. Just very, very flamboyant looking, which is terrific. You also do get this gorgeous machine gun sort of thing. I don't know anything about guns, so I'm sure somebody's going to tell me exactly what kind of gun this is, but you can see gorgeous gold paint throughout the entire thing. You got that very clean white section on the middle. You got that also down here for the handle. Like I said, very clean and sharp looking, absolutely gorgeous. Now this section here can rotate down and you can bring it all the way around, and you can even position this to kind of stabilize it on like his armpit or something like that. The clip can remove. You got, again, very nice, slightly different, more copper colored, I guess, painted bullets, but you can clip that right back up in there. And just, I mean, again, both sides look really very nice. You got the little cocking mechanism right there. Just overall, this is a gorgeous looking piece. And like I said, you can swivel that back up and put that along the under section right here. I mean, this is also a very gorgeous and flamboyant gun. As seen in the scene where he was actually wearing the tuxedo, he also does come with this really nice cane. You can see you got that very similar purple metallic color here on the shaft that the gun actually had. You got a nice little gold tip with a little black section here in the bottom. And then looking at the intricate detail for the handle, at first I couldn't tell because I didn't have the lights on when I was looking at this, but you can actually see that the inner details are actually painted purple, much like the actual rest of the cane. I mean, that's absolutely gorgeous and very minute craftsmanship that Hot Toys really nailed there. Got a little fuzzy on my finger. But I mean, overall, great detail there as well. And then as you can see, you also get the very nice Suicide Squad base. You got the Suicide Squad 3D text right there, Joker, and then you got the little bullseye right there, kind of a tile floor sort of motif going there. You got the adjustable cradle. And then again, much like a lot of recent figures, we're getting a backdrop with this one as well, which does look really nice. It is just made out of cardboard, and you do have to kind of assemble it. You got these little pieces here that are separate that you just, you know, slide the middle section into, but really very nice. Got the crazy Joker logo there, different cards and graffiti throughout the entire thing. Very nice. Nothing here on the back. But when you stand that there and you have the Joker moving this stuff kind of out of the way, I really do like that, getting that kind of there. I think that looks very cool, especially for a display. I do kind of wish that they were a little bit bigger, but it just adds some nice depth to the display. And it's good to see Hot Toys is actually acknowledging collectors and the display aspect of these pieces. Now, coming in to take a closer look, one thing that I'm noticing, though, is the face sculpt is the same one that we got with the Arkham Asylum version. The only thing that appears to be a little bit different are his eyes. They appear to be painted a little bit off to the side, a little, not a lot. But really, that's the only difference that I'm able to even partially determine. Everything else is the exact same. You got the same hair, you got the same scratches and everything. Everything looks great on him. I love the sculpt. It is one of the best that I've seen on a Hot Toy figure. Even looking at some of the real up-close details, let me see how close I can get in with it actually not going crazy on the focus. But great. You can see, like, right there, the eyes slightly go off to the side. You got damaged right there on the top. I mean, just absolute gorgeous detail throughout the entire thing. Great variation in terms of the skin tone as well. I mean, looking really close, you can even see veins in his actual face. I mean, they did a great job with the painting. You can see he's got his grill in there, which obviously looks really nice. I don't particularly like the way that the bow tie is done. It looks a little bit bulky and a little bit kind of oddly shaped here. You'd really have to futz with it to get it laid down proper, but it doesn't look terrible. I just think that it could be a little bit better. But gorgeous looking tuxedo look. You got the very nice glossy that lapel right here. You got kind of silverish corsage. It is plastic, which I would imagine is just glued on there. These are all the buttons though that I was talking about. You got like a whole bunch of little bigger ones here. You got some small white ones. You can come around to the back. You can see he's got a little bit bigger. Well, yeah, those are about the same size, and then these ones actually look a little bit smaller. So he's got buttons kind of like all over him. But overall, again, great detail. You can lift this up a little bit. You can see his vest underneath. You can see his very nice ribbed dress shirt underneath. It doesn't... Like I said, I didn't get instructions, so it doesn't necessarily talk about if you can remove the whole outfit. I'm not going to, though. So I honestly don't know if the body has that tattoo right here. It's very hard to see. I would imagine... I would imagine that they didn't put that on there, to be totally honest. Just because you never saw it in the movie, and this is kind of something that Hot Toys does. If you don't see it in the movie, they don't necessarily put it on the figure. We saw that with the Arkham Asylum version, where he didn't have the tattoos throughout his whole body. But just really very nice. It got a little bit of a fuzz kind of going on there. You can see the nice stripe coming down his pants. I mean, just overall really gorgeous. You got the penguin flaps here on the back. You come down to the shoes. Shoes actually look nice. You can see it's fairly nicely painted and molded. One thing that people I have heard complaints about are the laces here. They're just sculpted in there. I guess they would have preferred it if they were actually real laces. I don't know if we've ever gotten a Hot Toy figure with shoes that had real laces. So I don't know if that's really a valid complaint. If we did get one, somebody tell me. I don't remember ever getting one. I mean, looking at figures like Alfred and Bruce Wayne in his suit, they didn't have those. So, like I said, I don't really think it's something that you can nitpick about too much. I love the fact that you can lift this up. You can see his little front shirt underneath there with the cufflinks, kind of sliding this down. I'm trying to show you this, or I want to slide the jacket up. You can see you got the nice little cufflinks right down there. Overall, though, I mean, absolutely gorgeous looking suit on him. It's weird because it's the Joker in a very messy kind of movie, having a very clean look. Oh, I didn't even notice that these little bits here are magnetically attached. You got a little magnet right there that there's a little magnet underneath there, so you just bring that down and that snaps down. That's actually nice. Keeps the little lapel thing on the actual front of the jacket. But overall, absolutely gorgeous looking detail on them. First articulation, I do believe it's the exact same body that we got, so you do have the nice neck joint right up here, looks left, right, pivots side to side some. I don't necessarily think that he's got a lower neck joint. Again, much like that Suicide Squad body, I think that's exactly what we're working with here. The shoulders here do rotate, they move in and out. They are stiff, at least on mine. And as you rotate it, to really get it to articulate, you need to rotate the shirt around. I mean, that's standard operating procedure for a Hot Toy figure if you want to get a better range of motion. Just kind of futz with the outfit, move it around a little bit, and you can get that more dynamic pose, I guess. He does rotate at the up. Oh, actually, no, he doesn't rotate up there. So yeah, this does feel like it's the exact same body. He doesn't have a rotation upper part of the elbow. He does just rotate at the elbow. I mean, upper part of the bicep. He does just rotate at the elbow itself. So I do think it is the same body. So you do have that nice range of motion. It isn't a double joint, so you're only going to get it to about there. The wrists do rotate. They hinge forward and back as well. I do believe he's got an upper ab crunch. Yeah, you can kind of feel it there. And then down here at the lower section, he's got a sort of hip joint. The waists here, they move forward and back, in and out. The pants are fairly light, so they do move very, very nicely. He does rotate at the upper part of the thigh. Does have 2 points at the actual knee, and then you come down here, he is wearing socks, which looks nice, and then the ball joint for the foot gets you a nice wide range of motion. So I mean, fairly standard articulation on him. He's wearing a suit, so what are you gonna do? I mean, you're not gonna get him doing crazy karate poses. So all the articulation that you could basically want really is here in the figure, and I think it looks very, very nice. Overall, though, an absolutely terrific looking figure. Yes, the head sculpt is reused, but I think that it's a brilliant likeness. It absolutely looks like Jared Leto. And for the most part, while it seems like people can agree that they didn't like Suicide Squad, most actually seem to have really liked the Joker in it. So it's really good that the figures for him are actually really nice. I think maybe it's just Joker in general people tend to love. But when it comes to this guy, I think that Hot Toys really did a great job. The outfit looks really very good. As I said, I love the head sculpt. The body does feel like it's the same, but obviously the outfit is much different than what we got in the Arkham Asylum version. And I think that the tailoring on it is really well done. The other aspect that I really do like on the figure is the paint detail that they put into the weapons. The gold, the purple, all just absolutely pop and look fantastic. I mean, this is my preferred pose for him, but if you had him holding any of his guns, he's going to look just as good. So without question, I would recommend picking this figure up. I mean, this is the Joker to, Ben Affleck's Batman. So even if you didn't like Suicide Squad, this is a good companion piece for that Batman figure. So all that being said, if this Joker is a figure that you'd like to add to your collection, He is available right now at Sideshow Collectibles. So all you have to do for that is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to Sideshow where you can check out availability on this guy as well as the rest of their wide range of Hot Toys 1/6 scale figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that if you like this video, so please hit that thumbs up button. It goes a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Also, be sure to subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video, and you never miss out on a future review of mine. Or hey, if you're already subscribed, do me a quick favor and click that little bell right below this video, and double check your settings to make sure that they're set so that you get those email notifications. And as always, until next time, be excellent to each other.